Chemistry! I'm your host, Dr. Chemophilic. Today's lecture topic, liquid chromatography, mass spectrometry. What's that you say? What is LCMS? LCMS is an awesome technique used to detect and separate organic molecules in a mixture. Liquid chromatography tells you how many molecules exist in a mixture and their polarity. Mass spectrometry occurs after the separation and identifies the molecules based off of their molecular weight. Have you ever been interviewed for a job or an internship and been required to go for a drug test and provide a urine sample? Let's take a look at what happens behind the scenes when your urine is analyzed. The liquid is placed at the top of a column when a solvent is passed through it. This is the mobile phase. The molecules are carried down the column and come in contact with the stationary phase, which can be a gel, alumina, silica, or paper. Molecules with a higher affinity for the stationary phase are more polar and will take a longer time to elute compared to molecules with a lower affinity for the stationary phase, which are the least polar. Then, mass spectrometry occurs, which is a little bit more complex, so stick with me. Mass spectrometry provides the molecule's molecular weight. The mass spectrometer is used, creating molecular ion fragments. These positively charged fragments go through an analyzer tube and are separated based off of their mass to charge ratio, or essentially their mass. A mass spectrum is created, a graph that is organized based off of the weight and abundance of the fragmented molecules. If you had been taking drugs, for example, marijuana, the active ingredient called tetrahydrocannabinol, or THC, would absorb into your system and be detectable through LCMS. THC is not very soluble in water, but is in organic solvents because THC is primarily nonpolar, and it would have a low affinity for the stationary phase. It has a long carbon chain attached to benzene, some methyl groups, which make it more soluble in lipids and more easily transported across the blood-brain barrier. There are 2 electronegative oxygens, causing a slight charge imbalance and small polarity, thus its slight water solubility. After the process of mass spectrometry, when the weight of each molecule in urine is provided, the analysts match up which molecular weight goes with the specific compound. When the weight of THC is provided, it is easily identified as being the illegal drug in marijuana. Thus, unfortunately for you, you will be dismissed from your job. So remember, the moral of today's episode, LCMS is so cool, but drugs aren't.